All right. Just go over here. Getting situated here.
Just leave it.
Can't see you.
It's okay. Just
That's the
leave
thing
it.
about Instagram. We can't get both of us in the
Don't
camera,
worry about
but she's right here. Blessings. XOXO.LRH. Blessings. Vibrillionaire Soul greetings and blessings. Beautiful Vibrillionaire Soul family. Hola, saludos a la familia. Welcome to our 47th week of Mother Nature's Inner Gathering. And I am so blessed, so grateful, so joyful to have you here with us and to be able to share this experience together. Because week in, week out for 47 weeks, we've been sharing Mother Nature's Inner Gathering, being hosted by Mother Nature herself. And we were doing it even before. We just had the realization that more people need to know about nature. And in my experience, in my perspective, this is our greatest church. This is our greatest holy place. This is our greatest sanctuary, because we can always go back to nature to remember who we are. We can always go back to nature to remember where we come from. We can always go back to nature to remember that we're part of something much more grander, something much more immense, something much more profound. And when we think our problems are so great and so precious, so full of pressure and so full of chaos, Mother Nature's always there, ready and willing, holding sacred space for us. And this is why we share about Mother Nature so much, because without nature, we wouldn't be here. And so many of us have forgotten how much of a blessing Mother Nature is in our lives. So today is our 47th week of being hosted by Mother Nature herself. We are going live from our office. So we rather be in nature, but since we're about to hit the road and it is kind of chilly out there, so we just want to bring Mother Nature, the essence of Mother Nature, to you. And so, welcome. I am one of the presenters, not the host, one of the presenters. My name is Michael, along with my wife Alice. We are the founders and visionaries of Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School out of Yuma, Arizona, serving locally, humbly from our hearts, globally. And here at Samadhi, and not just in Samadhi, but in life in general, we love to remind humanity that it's not ever only about positivity, it's not ever only about negativity. It's about something much more raw, something much more real, something much more substantial, with much more substance, something foundational, something genuine. And that genuineness is you. The real you. You were born, designed, and destined to be. And the greatest secret of all secrets, that's the greatest gift, the greatest blessing, the greatest love, is to remember that we are that right now. No more seeking, no more working hard, no more struggling, no more waiting, no more wondering. You are the genuine you that you're waiting for, that you're looking for, that you've been asking for. And the beauty of it is just surrendering to that. Just letting go of what influences you, what causes you to think that you're apart from that you are an exclusive part of that you are separated from that. Because everything is perfect, from the cosmos, as above, to our cells of our body. Everything is perfect. And everything is so precise and so profound that how do we allow ourselves to forget that? So just meditate on you. Just look in your inner world and look at the reflection of your outer world. And you will see how profound, how perfect, how beautiful, how magical, how special, and how super extraordinary you are. So today's message, you want to share? No? So today's message,
I don't even have it down.
Today's message is a very important message because, I'm not naive to what I see, and, because of the students that we help, we see a lot of stress, we see a lot of chaos, we see a lot of noise, that people are seeing so much things, and they're letting their senses overwhelm and desensitize their truth. Because coming from the background that I come from, I'm a beautiful, special testimony that I can share that, if you're waiting for life to get happy, or you're waiting for your life to be something, then you're always going to be waiting, because it starts with you. And, if we look around us and we see the reflection of what's around us, we see that a lot of people have forgotten about nature. We see that a lot of people have forgotten their source. We see that a lot of people have forgotten what's the most important, profound relationship of all relationships, the most important connection of all connections, the most important love of all loves, because you cannot experience love if you don't awaken the love that is deep within you. It'll be some illusory love, and it'll be some dependent love that when things are going great, you're happy. When things are not, you're chaotic, you're confused, you're reacting to confusion. So my question to you is, do you focus on evolving yourself and nature? Do you focus on evolving, the brain that you've been given, the body that you've been given, the heart that you've been gifted, that you are? Do we focus on evolving that? Or are we so focused on upgrading and evolving our phones, our televisions, our cars, our homes, and all these different things, which are important in certain aspects, because of course, if you don't have a home, you're going to be out in the
In nature.
Well, I'm saying for people that, so I'm not saying that, don't appreciate what you have and don't work and strive for a better life. But if that's where your focal point is, if that's what you're striving for is, then you're going to be in survival mode instead of thriving mode. Because thriving mode is focusing on who you are. Thriving mode is focusing on why you're here. And I'm not talking about why you're here to, succeed in a certain career or something, because that is important. But I'm asking you to ask yourself, do you want to thrive or do you want to survive? Because if you're focusing on the external world, then you're always going to be in survival mode. But if you're focusing on your inner world, you're going to be in thriving mode. Because that is the most secure, that is the most assured, that is the most centered, most grounded, most powerful place of your existence. So, we see around us, and we see, let's just look around us, and we see, the slow evolution of our school system, of our societal system, of our medical and governmental systems, of our, religion. And we look around us and we don't see a lot of evolvement around us. And why is that? Because the most greatest intelligent and wise source within us hasn't been allowed to thrive, hasn't been allowed to unfold to the potential, to the profoundness that it's designed to do. And our souls are thirsty. Our souls are hungry for this thriving. That's why so many people are depressed. That's why so many people are confused. That's why so many people are feeling like they're in chaos right now. Because they're neglecting the thirst and the hunger that they truly have of life. And, you want to share it? No? Mm-hmm. And the one thing is, let me, go ahead, love. I know I feel you.
No, I don't have anything to say. I'm actually listening to everything and feeling it. And actually, I was thinking I'm being selfish because I'm getting a class here all for myself and just listening to you. So
this is how we are all day. We get classes from each other all day.
All day long.
We do this 24/7. Literally, even when we sleep, we wake up. We're like, we had the same dream. Oh my gosh, we had the same download. It's just beautiful.
Well, for me, the thing is that when I hear you talk about nature, and I hear all the opposite, which is how the system is. And we've invited people who want to share stories about nature or who would like to give a testimonial of how nature has helped them come back to themselves. And this time of the year, a lot of people are very busy. A lot of people are trying to figure out how they're going to do Christmas or how they're going to do certain things with the social distancing and not traveling. But bringing it back to nature, and I've always said this almost in every other show that we do, is what is your nature? And I was sitting here just contemplating as Michael is speaking, how have I evolved during all of these things? I was having a conversation with our mom yesterday saying, I don't know if I like how the world looks right now. It doesn't really feel like, we can go back. I can go back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, and once those 2000s hit, everything started to feel a little different, seem a little different. But I just remember those days where you could play outside until the street lights went on, or play outside until finally the parents were like, get inside, it's time to take a bath or whatever. When you were just really, nature was part of your life. And right now, nature really isn't part of our children's lives. They don't really get, and I'm not saying all of them, okay, because there are parents out there that right now with this quarantine, if you have a really nice backyard, your children are out there playing in the backyard. But I'm just talking in general terms. It's the mindset of the world is like everything that has to do with, I want answers now, I want to be entertained now, I want to be playing with something that get me the latest. I don't even know what the names are of all those things anymore, Xboxes or PlayStations or whatever. And where is our nature? And where's our nature within ourselves? Where do we tend to go now? Our nature isn't anymore on, oh, we're going to go have a picnic. How many times have you heard of anybody saying we're going to have a picnic? It's mostly, oh, let's watch a movie, or let's drown ourselves in our phones. Okay. So
I'll share while you're talking.
That's already did. But that's basically what I was thinking. Where is your nature? Does your nature take you away from nature? Does your nature cloud your vision on what really is important? And then you have people that, there's other people that love to wake up in the morning and go see the sunrise. And before the evening ends, they want to see the sunset. There are some people that enjoy just getting lost out there in nature for a little bit. It is either a park or wetlands or something near your home where you can just go and walk in solitude. I have a friend that's like that. She takes pictures of all the different flowers on the cactus, flowers of all different types, birds, and she just enjoys nature so much. I might invite her one day.
There you
And
go. Anybody and
thought
everybody
about asking her, because she has such beautiful pictures. But see, that's her nature. That's what it was before all this quarantine happened. So that's where she seeks her refuge, is out in nature. But not a lot of people are that bold or want to go do that. So where is your nature? Where do you tend to go to when you're bored or you're, just wanting some kind of entertainment? So that's it. That's my 2 cents worth.
So thank you, love. Thank you for that.
I can't.
Thank you for that wonderful reminder. Is what is your nature? Because that is the one thing I've gained from not one, many things I've gained from Allie, is what is my nature? Because I was very in the field of studying, working on my spirituality, and in reality, you might hear different from different places and spaces, but I'm going to tell you, shout outs to Rachel May Patterson and Deborah Hansen. They showed up over there on your phone, not over here. It's weird they don't show up over here.
I don't know.
So my question is, like Ellie was saying, what is your nature? Because my nature was spiritual or enlightened, but I was angry. I was, reactive, and I was very in my, denser animalistic state, because we've been gifted such a gift. It's called consciousness, and we are the only species of the known world, of what people know of this world, that we have the blessing to evolve. Like no other species. A tree doesn't have that gift, a bird doesn't have that gift, your cat, your dog. You can help it evolve, of course, but that's a whole nother story. The one thing is, we are so gifted that we've literally created so much comfort and convenience in our life that we've literally been the cause of our own destruction. I mean, look at like children, like you were saying, and I'm going to say it, that most children are on their tablets, and that's their babysitter. Most children are on their phones, and they know more about the internet than they do about nature. They know more, and of course, there is some arguments that they'll be able to be more revolutionary in the virtual world, so they can help. And of course, that being said, that's great. But what is their nature connected to themselves? Because I was so connected out there that I was so smart and I could talk philosophical and all these different things, but I didn't know who I was. I didn't open up the opportunity to see a more kinder, more compassionate, more patient, more present Michael. And what good does it do to have that information, have that spiritual enlightenment, but not be spiritually enlightened in my life? Like enlightened meaning present, alive, because I wasn't alive. I was just going, waiting for one day, waiting for one moment. And without going off topic, so what is your nature is so important, is what is your nature? Like, what are you sharing in the world? What are you selling with your example? And what are people buying from you? Are they buying anger? Are they buying sadness? Are they buying fear? Are they buying love? Are they buying joy? Are they buying success? Are they buying thriving from you? Like, what is the energy that you are sharing with your example? Because the reason I felt this this realization to share with you today is that what's coming upon us is such a great blessing. A great door is opening. And I know you've been hearing it in different circles, so I'm not going to go into the gist of it because I want to talk about what is your opportunity. Because I shared a video a while ago and I said activate yourself daily. We don't have to wait for a full moon to activate. We don't have to wait for a certain time to activate. There are certain times that are more powerful than others. Rightly so. Justly so. However, if you take that time to activate yourself daily, you're going to prepare your soil to receive the abundance when the activations happen all around you. And there's a time, there's a moment in time that's coming that is going to activate so strongly that we are so blessed. And the reason why we're seeing all this confusion and chaos and all that is because just look at one of your own transformations. You have to go through this insecureness, this unfamiliarity, this fear, this confusion, this chaos, in order to find yourself on the other side of transformation. So we're heralding a beautiful age. They call it the age of Aquarius. It is an amazing, amazing time. The one thing that I'll recommend is get out of your own way. Go out in nature. Start loving yourself more than ever, and substitute all that dense food that you're eating with more, energetic fruit and vegetables that are going to, get rid of that density in your life. So
that's a challenge right there.
The one thing that I wanted to share, because I shared the image with you, is an image that I seen that I wanted to share. Because for those of you that are upgrading yourselves every day, thank you. Because not only are you upgrading yourself, you're upgrading everyone in the world. So I thank you for doing your work. You okay? What's going on?
I'm okay.
Sure? Okay.
Yeah, listen to
I'm just making sure.
I'm doing my breathing, love.
Good. This is how we work all day, every day. She catches me, I catch her, and we keep ourselves accountable. And that's what, and you know what? If you don't have someone to keep you accountable, find a mentor. Find a pastor. Find someone that you can talk to. And find someone that is awakening your nature to a greater, more genuine place. Because it's not so much how much you know, it's the quality of the knowing that you have. Because quality trumps quantity each and every time. So, I wanted to show you. Wait, where is it? Oh. I wanted to show you. I am showing you. Ellie's phone is not the same as mine. Okay.
That's why I was going to help you, sweetheart, but
thank you, love.
You keep struggling with it. Figure it out.
I thought I sent you the picture, but I didn't send it to you. I sent you text.
That's what I was doing, baby. That's why I put the M, so I could pull up MM.
Yeah, but I forgot your text and your messenger are one, so I can't.
One, yes.
I can't pull up two. I'm trying to pull up two, but I can't because your phone is weird. Your phone is different, not weird. It's different. So, so first of all, let me just share that on the 20th, I'm going to be doing a 1-hour silent meditation. So those of you that would love to join us, you can join us. Because it's not just waiting for the 21st, it's acting prior and setting up that soil. So I'll be posting that post. That on the 20th, I'm going to be doing a 1-hour silent meditation, wherever I am, wherever we are. And, okay, find me a text, because I'm not able to do that.
Yeah.
So,
See, humble pie.
so
Humble pie. Sweetheart, because you're not looking in the text. That's what I was doing when I went like this and you took the phone away from me.
oh, okay, because that's how you have it.
Because you're not under my goal. See?
Okay. So thank you, love. So I've shared this image with you before. I'm going to share it with you again if you can see it. This is revolutionary. This is revolutionary. Where's the camera? I gotta go to the live one. I got the Facebook one. This is revolutionary right here. And if you don't know what the Schumann resonance is and the geo-electromagnetic field, they got sensors all over the planet. Okay? All over the planet reading this daily. So I'm not going to go into explain that because I have explained it before in videos. So what I desire to share with you is that we are in the precipice of a huge awakening of consciousness. This is a great time that we are alive. We get to hold that space that there's a lot of deception, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of stuff happening around us. But guess what? It's like my wife reminded me long ago. It's like each of us, we were so good at falling down. We were so good at falling down that we know what not to do. So basically, we're at this point in time where we've realized what not to do. We become so experts at thinking, so experts at, materialization, being hypnotized by only the physical world. Because the physical world does have its place, but the physical world lacks the wisdom and the intuition because most of us don't realize that it comes from within. Everything that we see outside of ourselves is a manifestation already. It's already been manifested. It is not the actual truth of what's happening right now. The more we tune into our inner world, the more we realize the truth that is happening right now. The truth that you are bringing the now into the now. Because even what we say right now, there's so much confusion when people say, be in the now, be in the now. And they say, oh my gosh, there's so much going on right now. I can't. That's not what they mean as being in the now is, letting the world show you what's now. It's being in the now and being able to see beyond seeing so that you can see what your now is the now that we share. Because when you look around right now and you see what's happening right now, your senses are overwhelmed and they're like, oh my gosh, do you see the proof? Do you see the evidence why I should be angry? Do you see the evidence why I should be afraid? Do you see the evidence why this, why that, why this? And they neglect the greatest evidence that if you meditated and you just reflected on what's happening inside of you, you'd see the unity, the love, the compassion, the trust. I mean, you trust your body. You don't even think about it. You trust your body blindly. You don't even have to think about it. Is my heart beating right now? Am I breathing right now? Is my body working? Those are thoughts we don't even think of. That's the now that the spiritual master mirrors talk about. Is step into that now. And whatever's going on around you, transform it. Remember we said earlier that we are gifted with the ability to be conscious and to use the conscious to transform our world with consciousness. So being conscious, awakening consciousness is the gift. Because you could be conscious but lack the consciousness. Meaning you could be conscious of what's going on right now and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like that. I don't like what's going on right now. So you're conscious of it, but what you're investing in is more of that. So please don't confuse conscious for consciousness, because consciousness is, well, if you want to know more about consciousness, that's why we give our classes. But conscious and consciousness are two different worlds. I could be conscious and miserable, but that doesn't mean I'm in consciousness. That means I'm using my conscious to be conscious of something that I'm not happy of. And if I'm using my conscious, which is your power, this is your gift, this is your magic, then when you're conscious, you're using the power that you are to repeat or cycle what you don't want. So when you take that gift that you've been given and truly see it as a gift and use it as a gift instead of a weapon, because most of us have been using our gifts as weapons. You know, we complain why we're not happy. We blame others. We blame the world. We blame all of this, and we're using our conscious to experience consciousness as a weapon. Because consciousness is whatever you choose it to be. It is beyond what you choose it to be, but you are experiencing what you are experiencing because you're using the gift that you've been given as a gift or as a weapon. So as we heard all this consciousness that's coming through, and it's coming through very loudly, not very loudly, but very, very profoundly. And for some, it's just going to be another day at the office, but they're going to feel like something different. And they're going to feel something powerful, but they're going to wonder, whoa, like we've all had that experience. When we meditate and we have this beautiful, profound experience, and we have this beautiful, profound experience, and then we go back to the world. And we forget how beautiful, how special, how incredible that experience was. So, especially right now, and I've said it before, like in winter, it's very important to be aware of your inner world. Because in winter, we get so, distracted with our external world. And winter asks us to hibernate. And it's not just going to sleep. I know this is going to sound weird, but it's going to sleep on what's happening around you in the time that you dedicate to yourself. Like, shut the senses off. I mean, even ask yourself, are my senses telling me the truth? Ask yourself that question. Blessings, Daniel Bolin. Beautiful soul. Thank you for joining us, brother. So ask yourself this question. Is what I'm seeing the actual truth? Is what I'm hearing the actual truth? Because we've been so caught up in what we see and what we hear that we believe it, no question. We believe it blindly. And the evidence is when we hear something, we just share it instead of doing the work to investigate it and find out for myself what this feels and what this is to me. And that's why social media has been used as this confusing mechanism, because so many people share things without doing their diligence, doing their work, and asking, what does this mean to me? And it's the same thing that I used to do when I began, is I would find something that I loved and I would share it. But then after doing my work, I'm like, oh shoot, wait a minute, that was beautiful, but there's a little bit of misconception in this. So do your due diligence that before you share something, because it's a powerful gift that we've been given, social media. But it's just like macro of ourselves. We've been given a powerful, powerful gift, more powerful than anything out here is you. You've been given a powerful, powerful gift, a powerful, powerful blessing. But how are you using that blessing? Because each one of us are responsible, a very powerful component and responsible component in our lives. How are we using this gift? How are we using this blessing? Because it's just like this computer. I can use it to serve or I can use it to destroy, depending on what I share, depending on what I focus on. So same thing in the brain. What are you focusing on? And if what you're focusing on is not bringing you what you desire or what you feel that you truly deserve and are, then transform it. So
that's it for today. Since we want to stay on track, because
so
we will be.
the last point that I want to share is this. I know that we see it all around us. Things are being exposed. Things are being brought to the surface that were hidden for a long time. And I want to ask us this. because we're not going to see each other till next week on this Nature's Gathering. And please, we need testimonials. No, not we need. We
invite
and we intend for more testimonials. So we have people that we've spoken to, that they're open to do testimonials. But for those of you that want testimonials, and if you want us to put you out there, please give us a short bio or a description of your service and what you do, so that we can really, shake things up and let people know you're coming, so that we can really truly serve, the viewers, because we don't want to just bring them on and be like, hey, this is this person, right? We want to do you justice, and so people can have an opportunity to really look into who you are and what you do, and resonate with you, and look for your service. And that being said, you don't have to be a coach. You don't have to be a an entrepreneur, a life coach, a mentor to come on. If you have a story about nature, excuse me, if you have a story about nature that has transformed your life, that's your credibility, because that is the testimony. You don't have to be somebody special in the world's eyes. You're special to us. You're special to nature. You don't have to be some very, successful person for your word to be profound, for your story to transform lives. I mean that with all my heart, because that's where I come from. And if I was waiting for me to get somewhere to do this, we wouldn't be here now. So don't wait. Share your truth, share your word, and from experience. Make sure that you share from experience and not from what you just read or what you just hear. Because yes, there's some important things that need to be shared, but there's an egoic habitual pattern that we just share for attention instead of sharing to really truly serve. So all the exposure that's coming out, all the illumination of the lies and the things that were hidden for many years are coming to the surface. These are great times that we're in. So the last thing that I want to say is this: the more you expose the hidden lies within yourself, the more you're going to find yourself on the other side of this in a greater place. So we talk about the exposures of the deception and the corruption that's happening out here. It's a reflection of the corruption and the deceit that we've lived through all our lives. The conditioning, the programming, the feeling that we're not worthy, the feeling that we're not loved, the feeling that we're not special, the feeling that we're not good enough, that we're not ready enough, that we're not, you all, and let me say this with my wife. Let me see, come over here so we can be on, right here. We are all beautiful children of God, of Source, of Spirit. We're all reflections of the One. Don't compare what you are, what you have. Don't compare what you are and who you know. Don't compare, who you are and where you live. Whether you are, on the street or you have a mansion. We're all one profound, valuable, perfect, profound expression of Source. So step into that, surrender. I invite you to surrender into that. And if you like to experience more of that, and you've tried, because I'll tell you that most of the people that come to us, they've tried other things. They've worked other places and, done different practices. And it's so simple. It is so simple. It's not complex. The brain wants to make it complex because it wants to have the ego make it seem complex. But it's so simple. It truly is so simple. And when you find the simplicity within you, your life transforms, because simplicity is truly profundity. Complexity is confusion. Simplicity is profundity. Simplify your life. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't mean challenges won't come. It doesn't mean resistance won't come. But when you awaken the key of simplicity, the challenges, the resistance, you become an expert athlete. And what appear to be hard for others is really just in the flow for you. Because that's what life was designed to be. So on the 20th, excuse me, on the 20th, we're going to do a silent meditation. We're going to unite with we've already reached out. We're going to unite with a powerful, profound, collective, global service that we intend to be on, to be able to serve you. But if not, we'll do our own. But all over the world, people are coming together and meditating, going into the silence. Because, show me that picture again, love, that one that I showed you, please. Because it's in silence that we're going to transform this world.
We've the text.
Yeah, not confused.
Okay, never mind. I'll get it. It's fine.
I'm dancing in myself right now. So, what the world needs more than ever right now, it reminds me of a monk that was asked by Morgan Freeman, and I'll post the link here. Morgan Freeman asked a monk, what is the greatest miracle that you've done or you've seen? And the monk says, well, ask yourself a question. What is the greatest miracle the world needs right now? So many people are focused on transforming their external life, walking through walls, levitating, moving things with their mind, and all of this, it can happen. But the question is that what's needed? Is that what's needed in the world? More external miracles? More like moving a cup with your mind, with your energy, all these different stuff, busting clouds in the air, all these different things that we can do, pulling a rabbit out of a hat, let's just say that, right? All these, superficial, external magician, right, stuff. Like all that is possible, but the question is that what's most needed? We're so distracted and entertained that we will dedicate and commit ourselves more to binge watching and watching TV than experiencing the greatest show on earth, which is you. And the greatest show on earth is happening right now. Google the Schumann resonance. In Google, the main events of our last 50 years, and you'll realize, our last 20 years, excuse me, I can't even see the camera, give me 1 second. In the last 20 years, just Google the last 20 years of the main events that's happened, and you'll see how this grid is affected. This grid is showing us the truth of the world, collectively. Like on this physical level. It's not showing us the truth that's happening, it's showing us the possibility of what can awaken. And I invite you to go into your silence and ask yourself, where am I confused? Where am I deceiving myself? And open up to what you don't know, that you truly know inside. Because if we're only in the convenience and the comfort of our lives, we're robbing ourselves from the greatest gift of consciousness. That if you think you've experienced consciousness, it is willing, ready, and able to awaken at such a level and such an extent that the love, the compassion, the peace, the patience, the unity that you desire in others, you will realize that it was you the whole time. And the toxicity of others around you that you're trying to run away from, you're only running from yourself. If the people are not the people that you desire in your life, ask yourself, why is it? Ask yourself, how am I showing up? How am I talking? How am I perceiving? How am I feeling throughout the day? What am I focused on throughout the day? And you're going to realize that when you transform your inner world, it is law that your outer world transforms. So, Carl Jung said, and he said it best, those who look outside of them dream. Those who look within awaken. It's time to awaken to the truth of your being and stop waiting for something or someone to happen or do something. It's time that you do something. The wait is over. The search is over. The confusion is over. It's your time. The question is, are you willing and ready and able to surrender to that? To let go of all of those thoughts, all of those beliefs, all of those perspectives that are having you to think that you're waiting for something or someone. That you continue need to work hard to survive instead of thrive. Because the main component, the discerning factor, the main component, the main source is you. It's when you get up. It's when you act. It's when you respond. You take the ability to be conscious of your life and awaken more and more of consciousness that is deep within you. It is the source of your being. It is why you don't got to think about anything inside of your world, what's happening in your inner world, the cells, the blood, the heart, the lungs, the brain, all of that is operating for you. And that's why you don't got to think about, the sun and the moon and the seasons. They operate without you even thinking. So everything has been taken care for you. Everything that has been put on a silver platter for you. What about you? Because that is your responsibility. Your responsibility is how you treat yourself. Your responsibility is how you see yourself. Your responsibility is how you think for yourself. Your responsibility is how you surrender within yourself. Your responsibility is how you show up for you. How do you talk to yourself? How do you upgrade yourself every day? Instead of upgrading all these other components, the priority is you. If you want to upgrade your phone, you want to upgrade your car, you want to upgrade your home, you want to upgrade, whatever you want to upgrade in life. But are you leaving yourself last? Because that's why the majority feel broken, feel lost. And some of them, and I'll say this, some of them are even thinking about taking their lives. Why? You're the most special, profound, beautiful person. And I say this because I've been there. I've tried several times to take my life. And if I did, we wouldn't be here. There'd be no samadhi. Or maybe in someone else's world. There'd be no Alice and Michael. There would be no my family being transformed. Our students would be somewhere else, wondering and waiting and working for something to happen. And I'm your mirror. I said yes to life when I wanted to say no to life. So say yes to life. It is your time. It is your moment. It is your spotlight. Source is putting the spotlight on you. Every day, all day, asking, are you ready? Are you ready? Ask yourself, am I ready? Feel it, and you'll know, because you'll hear, I am ready. Because you are ready in any moment, every moment. So, to conclude this message is, I used to ask myself, why me? Why out of all the people in the world that want to live, good people, they transcend. They don't get to live their dreams and their purpose and their vision. And there's a lot of graves. There's a lot of graves in the cemetery that people didn't get to live their purpose. They fulfilled their purpose, but they didn't get to live their purpose. Meaning everything worked out to this point. It's what do we do right now from here on forward? Because I don't want you to be part of that. I don't want you to wonder at the end of your life, why didn't I do more? Why didn't I surrender more? Why didn't I stop and smell the roses more? Why didn't I stop and experience the beautiful blessing of the sun, the beautiful blessing of grounding? Remember to ground for life. Hashtag grounding for life. Remember to appreciate more. Don't wait till, it's too late to regret why didn't you experience more. Do it now. Go experience your family. Don't get so busy trying to do that you forget to be. So, we'll see you on the 20th and on the 21st. And we'll see you next week for your 48th week of Nature's Inner Gathering. And please, if you want to share your story, you're more than welcome to. We would love to have you on. We would be honored to share your story. We love you. And please, continue to do your work. Because we need all of you. The curtain is coming down. People are being exposed for who they've been showing up as. Not who they are, but how they've been showing up. And all the main systems are falling apart. This is a beautiful place. This is a beautiful time. And the main cure, the main vaccine is you. The vaccine of life, of the confusion, of the chaos, of the pressure, of the feeling of just so lost and confused. You are that you're looking for. You are that you've been waiting for. You are that you think you need to work hard for. And when you take care of that, your foundation will be strong, that you can build an empire and leave a legacy of transformation in your wake. Because that is my intention. And I'm living it. I'm leaving a legacy through these words, through my example, planting seeds that are going to leave a legacy of legacies through you. Yes, you watching this video. I know that I inspired a legacy within you, that it's time to live your vision. It's time to live your truth. It's time to live your purpose of why you were born and what you are here to do, of who you truly are. Thank you. Blessings. We'll see you next week. Namaste. Now go experience nature. Go outside if you can. Open up your window. If you have plants in your home, if you don't put plants in your home, feel the plants. And remember, like I said, you don't have to be out in nature to connect with nature. Think about her. Think about Mother Nature and see yourself rooted and grounded in this earth, in Mother Nature. And Mother Nature feels you. Thank you. Blessings. Namaste. Thank you to Nadim Sadar, to Bulpani, Emmanuel Godwin Flomo, Kathleen Gallifrey, Daniel Bolin, and Rachel May Peterson. Love you all. Blessings.